Anybody who knocks out Tyron Woodley with one punch can fucking crack. I'm gonna feel bad if he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
How do you move? How are your knees? How's your back? Like, can you sustain that? Can you sustain those kind of explosions? Or is this just a gimmick? You know, I mean, I don't know. I wish he didn't do it. I wish it wasn't a thing. I wish it wasn't a thing where a 58-year-old guy was going to fight a 28-year-old. He looks great on the mitts, but that doesn't mean that you know as much as I know.
Yeah.
I can look good on the mitts.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell people that, like, bro, mitts doesn't show anything. Yeah.
Especially if you watch in 30-second clips. What you want to see is him sparring. You want to see him hitting the bag for multiple rounds. You'd want to see, like, let's see 3 rounds hard on the bag. I'm gonna see what you could do. I want to see how your feet move. I want to see what it looks like if you're off balance when you're throwing combinations. Do you look like Tyson? That, to me, a bag is different than mitts. Mitts, guys are meeting you halfway. You know, you've got a combination worked out. Okay, I want you to go left, right, left to the body, right overhand. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, do it again. Pop, 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 pop. It kind of can look real good.
Yeah.
But can you do that with a guy who's moving? Can you spar? Like, would they bring in a world-class heavyweight? Can you do that? Like, how do you move? How are your knees? How's your back? Like, can you sustain that? Can you sustain those kind of explosions? Or is this just a gimmick? You know, I mean, I don't know. 58 today is not 58 when I was 21. It's a different 58, especially if they're not testing him. Okay, if they're letting him take hormones and peptides and do all the things that I would recommend 100%. I mean, I don't know how you could do it if you're 58 if you're not doing that. If they're allowing him to do all that stuff and get his body to the optimum level that's known to science, you're dealing with a different kind of human being. You're dealing with one of the greatest fighters that's ever lived. It's just, how much does he want to do it? Is he doing it for money? You know, how much does he have left in the tank? Those are all questions that'll make me buy the pay-per-view.
It's on Netflix, though. It's free.
Yeah, that's right. It's free. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. 100% I'm going to watch it. I'm going to feel bad if he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
But, you know.
His most recent comments about the fight.
Tyson addressed the media with his usual boldness during the press conference to show his readiness for battle. He said, I'm just ready. I'm ready. I'm going to talk my talk and do my shit, but I'm ready to fight. Is he really a young killer? Tyson said, discounting any questions on his readiness. Reacting to Paul's taunting Tyson's need to postpone the fight because of an ulcer flare-up earlier in the summer, former champion made a strong statement about his unmatched abilities. He said, I feel a lot better now. Who else can do it but me? Who else is going to fight to make this happen? You got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived. Ooh.
Yeah, I want to hear him say that. That sounds, coming out of his voice would be like.
Well, you also have to remember about Mike Tyson is that Mike Tyson knows how to mentally prepare. He was trained by Cus D'Amato, who was a hypnotist. And Cus D'Amato started hypnotizing him when he was 13 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that was part of the reason why he was so terrifying. His mindset was just unstoppable. He really thought that he could not be stopped. He thought he was going to murder everybody. And Cus was his hero. Cus raised him. Cus took him in when he was 13 years old. He had this terrible childhood, no love, just in and out of trouble, terrible, bad situation, horrible poverty and crime. And then all of a sudden he's being taken care of by this dude who's a master boxer, master boxing coach. He trained world champions like Jose Torres and Floyd Patterson, and now he's got this young pupil. This is his last hurrah and the greatest shot he's ever had at having a real all-time great. I mean, this guy's an all-time great and he's 13.
Wow, yeah.
He's a 13-year-old, 190-pound kid. Like, what in the fuck? And he's got this kid and he's hypnotizing him and he's telling him you're the greatest and he's getting into his head. So from the time he was really young, he was learning mental preparation. He was learning how to put himself into a mindset of just an unstoppable juggernaut that had one goal, one task. And Cus would tell him, you don't exist. Only the task exists. Like, you don't exist. What you have to do exists. That's what you are.
Wow, that's powerful. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, so the question is, how much does that guy have left? You know, conventional wisdom would say this is a terrible fight. Conventional wisdom would say there's a 28-year-old with knockout power, just knocked out Mike Perry. He's real fast, he's young, he's fucking athletic, he's bold as shit. He's a good boxer. He's a very good boxer. People don't want to give him his credit because he's a YouTuber and all that shit. anybody who knocks out Tyron Woodley with one punch can fucking crack.
Yeah.
Anybody that can move the way that dude moves and have a fight with Tommy Fury, who's a world-class boxer, and he lost that fight, but it was a very good fight. He's a good fighter, a real good fighter.
And he's actually training. Like, he's getting better. People are just, like, sleeping on him just because, like
Just
you said,
because he's a YouTuber.
But I'm like, he just beat Mike Perry, who was killing it in bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
He was, like, on top, but I don't want to give credit.
It would have been interesting to see him fight Mike Perry bare knuckle, though.
Oh, that changes everything.
That changes everything. Mike Perry is the best at that shit. But that's a different. It's interesting how that's a different sport because it really is a different sport.